Okay, hi
Hello,
Nish.
sir.
Welcome to Ghar.
Thank you.
And so the unique thing about today's episode is
Ghar is meeting Ghar.
Ghar is meeting Ghar. So Ghar.tv from India is meeting Ghar Australia. And it's seriously a pleasure to have Nish on this episode. Nish, what brings you to India?
I think the first thing you can say, it's not a coincidence. You were already looking up for me. I must have definitely seen, because when you search your own brand,
Absolutely.
and you come across this thing. So knowing that Ghar word actually is a somewhere relation to India only.
Absolutely.
And it arose from Sanskrit, I'm sure, which is very similar to this. So a lot of Southeast Asian also use it. It's not just an Indian
Just
thing.
Indians,
So, but market is definitely Indian. Like what I also understand, it's not just about the name. It's more about where the real buyers would be, or perhaps who can really help out the other economy.
Right.
Because Dubai is all been done by Indians only majorly.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to say that other people are not crediting towards it, but the initial start, the whole development, the major game player for Dubai was always India. Like
100%,
from investments to providing labor and everything. So where is what making me think that right now Australia needs help, genuinely saying. And when I use the word help, means because Piyush Goyal himself, the cabinet minister, has mentioned that there is a requirement for 10 lakh homes, which is 1 million in our counting. Basically, that is as of yesterday. That's what he's mentioned.
Okay.
And if once he's done it, and I was like, look, he's already saying it, people are aware of it now.
Right.
And if we don't make the move now, because nobody's ever thought of it, I was like, you got to be the first movers, where we just go and educate people that yes, you can, being a non-resident as well, buy property there. There is no restriction.
There, in the sense, you mean to say Melbourne?
Australia.
Overall Australia,
yes, overall
and
Australia.
you are focused on Melbourne.
I love Melbourne myself. I'll tell you why. One, I grew up in India first. When I was 18, I moved there. I've been living in Melbourne now for almost 18 years.
Wow.
So that it's like a second home for me. It's like a ghar for me, basically.
Absolutely. Aapka ghar abhi Melbourne hai.
But it's not other way around. Why I'm saying is because I love it for my clients. I love it because the investment on returns, I can guarantee this.
Okay.
The capital appreciation is what I can guarantee, and the tax savings is what I can guarantee. Because something I don't want to put money where my mouth is, kind of thing, right? I really want to do that for my clients as well.
Right.
So I'm saying Melbourne. Like I'm telling people that I can do the rental management. Perhaps if you want to do Airbnb, which is the most money making thing there.
Okay.
So few things like this, and because there is a demand, as you understand, 10 lakh homes. There is a good place for making the money double in even 6 to 12 months, basically.
Okay. So your website is www.ghar.au. That's
Correct.
AU is for Australia, right?
Correct.
So www.ghar.au, if one were to visit.
Yes.
You are giving a scope for individual investors to buy properties out there.
Absolutely.
Plus, you said, before we started this
B2B.
interview, you just said that a developer or an investor could come there and actually develop properties there. Could you just explain more?
Absolutely. So that was my main reason for coming as well, because it's not just selling one house or two houses.
Exactly.
My major thing is because 10 lakh homes can't be created overnight.
They can't.
It won't solve the problem just by saying we can just get some investors investing into some housing. This needs really smart people in terms of here who's been doing housing for years. To get an exposure overseas. One. Second, we will be there to help them, because everything legal, accounting perspective, or anything where we can actually guide them.
Protocols,
including migration as well. Look, long-term thing is what people look up to Australia for a better lifestyle as well, right?
Absolutely.
But the most important part here is that the housing needs to be created, which can actually make a lot of people billionaires in coming years as well.
Okay.
And where I'm trying to create that relationship, which I would personally call it B2B, where they could come there, work with us in a joint venture as well. Perhaps I can help them work on their own self as well.
Right.
And of course, what it will create is more housing, because government is supporting vertical is going upways, and horizontal is not something what they would want more, because housing cannot be, the crisis cannot be solved by going horizontal.
Absolutely.
So they're trying to ask for either a township kind of situation, or perhaps going straight in the skyscraper sort of situation.
So I totally agree. So one is, you can't just go horizontal, especially in a city like Melbourne, because you're talking about an urban environment. And I think going vertical for somebody, especially from Mumbai, is not a big deal, because we've been going vertical. We've got 50 floors, 70 floors, you name it.
Correct.
So, आप मुझे ये बताइए निश कि यहाँ के जो real estate brokers हैं, there are channel partners brokers. I think they can really help you, because they have their relationships with developers and with investors. So ये जो आपने अभी होमाथon में part लिया, where we actually met. Did that help you in terms of establishing some relationships with channel partners? How would you want this episode probably to help you? Matlab, would you want this? What message would you want to give to channel partners out here?
Sure. Look, for channel partners, is a very simple message that at least I'm here to educate in terms of Australia can be purchased, basically. Like, as in,
exactly.
a lot of people think, oh, we can't buy because we're not a permanent resident there.
Okay.
That's not the case. You can buy. Only thing restricts basically is some taxes, which is always going to be there.
Right.
In every country, there would be something when you're purchasing the property.
Done.
Second is basically that the tax savings is going on at the moment, which is what the government is trying to bring, especially in Melbourne.
Right.
And more importantly, the part is where to channel partners is that we are happy to work with you. The licensing we have, everything that is required from your side. If you have an investor, will help you close the deal.
Perfect.
Will help guide as well.
Right.
Will help the migration side of things as well.
Right.
Because the ultimate goal people think of it is, okay, yes, we can go there and then, probably get my kids to also be the education, because it's a world-class education sector.
Right.
Sporting avenues, sporting events. So there's so much that happens in Melbourne specifically that can be guided by us.
So सारा heavy lifting यानी आप ही करोगे?
We'll be happy to do that.
Okay, great.
Because that's what we are passionate about. We know Melbourne inside out. We know other cities as well. But when I say Melbourne, is because of these tax incentives and also real demand that is there.
Right.
It's going to create the landscape of the person who's investing there. Like, they will be able to also diversify also. Like, not only people want to say just one place or second.
Right.
This gives them a good portfolio option as well.
So if I am a channel partner and I reach out to you, I say I am a channel partner in Delhi or I am a channel partner in Mumbai. I'm a real estate broker essentially.
Absolutely.
I reach out to you and I tell you that, okay, I have an investor who wants to invest. As an individual investor, you could help me there.
Correct.
And if there is an investor who is an investor / developer who wants to look at a long-term game, you could help me there.
Absolutely.
Both, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, guys, if you are a channel partner, you are looking at this, you should get in touch with Nish. Nish Pahwa. That is point one. So, Nish, anything else that you would like to mention, with your interaction in Mumbai, or anything else that you would like to?
Look, I think I've heard a little bit of, negative as well, which is always good, because you can't say everything is good about another place. You know? So you got to have the pros and cons. So I've heard some cons which I would like to, tell people as well. That when people hear media saying, oh, they're not very friendly out there, or perhaps the racism part also comes into the picture. That is not the case. When you have one party doing very well, the opposition has to do something.
Right.
And that's what the news that you hear. Basically, the media doesn't really appreciate each other because of the same, color skin and everything like that. But that doesn't mean on the ground level we are having any issues.
Got it.
I've been living for 18 years, as I said.
Absolutely.
And I have no plans of coming back because of saying that something has happened. That is what...
Maybe one-off stray cases here and there.
And it's their right. I mean, why can't they just ask for something? I mean, if they're asking for something, that doesn't mean that they're saying you can just get out of here or something, right? This is just like saying... we have this issues here as well. I mean,
absolutely. And the issues are there everywhere,
right? So the pros cons has to be there, but the pros are so heavy. It's so better to be able to invest there at the moment. And we are not saying just yes, come to Australia to live there, because that is the part actually at the moment is not open. Right. So it's only open if you have that skill. That can actually help Australia get to where that 10 lakh homes
which is
can
fine,
be.
which is fine,
So that's the only thing which I want to say, that this is the cons part is basically I'm not saying migration is open, not at all at the moment, and the racism is there, not at all. There's no such thing. Basically there would always be bad element and good element in every country, every city, everywhere. You know? But the pros are so good that these demand is there, and whenever there's demand, there will be massive money to be made. Second, experience to be gained. Third, you will now connect with politics on the other side as well, because there's literally no risk in the politics there. It's not like you have to pay somebody to get something.
Exactly. Things are pretty organized.
Very transparent.
Of course.
So this is what I would really wanted to bring on.
Great. So essentially, if you guys are tinkering of entering into an international market, if you're looking at say a different market, because Dubai, everybody's there. You look at London, most people are there, but Melbourne or Australia per se is a big opportunity. That's what I understand from Nish. And I think if you guys, or if investors who are watching this episode, or if channel partners who are looking at this, they should get in touch with ghar.au, Nish Pahwa. And Nish, any coordinates that you would like to give apart from your website?
Look, Instagram is what I personally handle.
Okay.
Just saying, because that's what the younger generation is always on Instagram as well. Second, my Indian number is right here on my logo, which is 9897352595. I'm still here till 18th of October in India.
Perfect.
And at least in Mumbai for until Thursday. So then I'm going to Hyderabad. So anywhere. So we're not limited to Mumbai or Delhi only.
Absolutely.
We're really looking to catch up with you as much as we can to have discussions, because when the cabinet minister is asking for it, there's something serious going on, right?
Absolutely.
So that seriousness is why we have come and really want to partner up with you guys. And if you are even thinking on that verge, where is the next investment? I'll tell you honestly, you would never ever go wrong with what we are bringing for you, basically.
Perfect. Thank you, Nish.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you.